Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Sunday afternoon baseball here in Los Angeles. The Angels have lost the first two games against the Dodgers. Matter of fact, they've lost 5 consecutive games. Today we wrap up the series against the Dodgers. As we welcome you inside Dodger Stadium and back to Angels baseball on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Kubica. I'm Victor Rojas. And you go back to about the middle of July, and the Angels were 13-3 at that point. Since then, last 9 games, 1-8, and the offense continues to be an issue.
Yeah, Victor, the pitching hasn't been all that bad. They've had some tough spots here and there, but really it's the offense and the inconsistencies of the offense over the last 9 games. See the runs per game in the last 9 as compared to what it was the previous 20, which they were 17-3. They scored at that point 2 more runs per game. Because of that, the pitching staff hasn't been as consistent because they haven't been as aggressive because they're not getting a lot of run support. But the one guy for sure has been able to swing the bat so well, even during this stretch in which the offense has not done real well. Take a look at our AT&T U-verse rewind. It's that man again, Mike Trout. What he did on Friday's game, he went the other way for a triple score in Cole Calhoun. He had a big game. Also, late a game against their closer Jansen, had their long 9-pitch at bat, hits a home run out to left center field. So you expect in this game today that Mike Trout is going to get back to swinging the bat like Mike Trout. You just need the other guys to help out, too, to score some runs early for Rasmus.
It certainly didn't help the Angels' offense. They had to face Greinke on Friday, Kershaw on Saturday. Today they face Matt Latos. The Angels will counter with Corey Rasmus. We're going to step away for a moment. When we return to Dodger Stadium, we will talk about that pitching matchup. 3-game set. Peterson seeing action for the first time in this series. He sat out the first 2 games, which the Dodgers won. And we mentioned going to break that he will face Corey Rasmus. Rasmus making his first start of the year. Matt Latos making his first start as a Dodger.
And Rasmus threw the ball very well in 6 starts last year for the Halos. 2.37 ERA, threw the ball very well. His first inning pitch struck out the sides against the Dodgers on Friday night. Matt Latos is a guy that can be a #1 type pitcher. He has pitched that way since coming back from the DL in his last 7 starts. ERA under 3. He's got a good fastball. He also throwing a lot more split finger fastballs this season, so it's going to be a tough task once again against a very good pitcher for the Angels hitters.
Latos part of that 13-player deal between the Marlins, Dodgers, and the Braves. As we're just about ready for baseball here at Dodger Stadium, see if the Angels can snap that 5-game losing streak. Sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. CarMax start here. By Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Beautiful sunny afternoon here in Los Angeles. The Angels will return home tomorrow to begin a 6-game homestand with Cleveland and Baltimore. But at first starting to try to right that ship, at least on the offensive side of things. Houston defeated the Diamondbacks last night. Hank Conger with a couple of home runs. And that's why the Angels find themselves 3 games back. Texas lost to the San Francisco Giants, so they remain 8 games back. Or I'm sorry, they dropped a game, so they are 8 games back. 5 back of the Angels. The Dodgers maintain a 1.5-game lead over the San Francisco Giants. The Dodgers will head out on the road to play Philly and Pittsburgh this week.
Yeah, the bottom line is you just have to start playing Angel baseball like we saw. Talked about those previous 9 games for the Halos. Go back to what they were 20 games before that. 17-3, just doing everything right. Pitching, catching the baseball, and crushing the baseball.
Dodgers have taken the field. We'll take a look at Mike Scioscia's starting lineup for the Halos. As we pointed out yesterday, we figured we'd see a lot of lefties today with the right-hander on the mound. Johnny Giavatello leading things off at second base. Cole Calhoun back in right field. Trout
is in center. Albert Pujols at first. David Murphy in left field. Eric Ibar, the shortstop. Connor Gillespie back at third. Chris Iannetta doing the catching. And, of course, it's Corey Rasmus batting ninth. He is on the mound as they take on the 27-year-old South Florida native by the name of Matt Latos.
Latos fastball is 90-94, slider, curveball, changeup, but throws a lot more split finger fastballs now. But the keys against Latos to be successful is get into fastball counts all day long and create opportunities to score. That means running the bases, stealing some bases, hit and run, the little things to create an opportunity to score against the pitcher. Because when he gets on the roll the way he can, Latos, it's going to be a difficult task. Get to him early in this game.
Check out the Dodgers defense behind Latos this afternoon. A couple of changes in the lineup for Don Mattingly. Crawford, Peterson, and Ethier in the outfield from left to right, so a completely new outfield. Callaspo, Rollins, Kendrick, and Gonzalez from third to first. Grandal's had a hot series offensively. He's back behind the plate.
And old friend Alberto Callaspo playing third base for the Dodgers. Has 3 errors this season at third base, but none since joining the Dodgers. This is his 18th start. The Dodgers has been very solid defense. We've seen that over the years. Pretty decent range, but a strong throwing arm.
Halos lost the opening game of this series on Friday night, 5-3. Zach Greinke picked up the win. Hector Santiago took the loss yesterday. Clayton Kershaw and Andrew Heaney. Heaney threw the ball well, gave him 2 runs in his 5 1/3, but suffers his first loss as an Angel. He is now 5-1. Kershaw picked up the victory, and we'll see what we have in store today. It looks like a bullpen game. But Corey Rasmus on the mound for the Angels. Matt Latos on the mound for the Dodgers. Today's first pitch being delivered by the UPS store. Cap Day here at Dodger Stadium. We figure there'll be more folks streaming into the ballpark. They've had 2 very good crowds here. Over 53,000 Friday night, almost 53,000 yesterday afternoon. Giamatelli hitting .264 with 3 home runs. Evil looking to strike. 37 runs batted in for Johnny.
Latos right over the top with his delivery. Should give you as a hitter a little better view of that pitch coming out of his hand.
That one missing down and away. Part of that 13-player deal, convoluted deal, between the Marlins, the Dodgers, and the Atlanta Braves. A lot of players, a lot of money apparently being exchanged as part of that deal. But it got done before the trade deadline. Giamatelli skies this one foul, and it's 1-2. Latos making his 17th start of the season, 4-7, a 4.48 earned run average. His last start was on the 26th against the Dodgers. It was down in San Diego. They're taking the loss in that one. Now playing for his 4th major league team. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Mattingly wants to know if that pitch was down.
Yep.
Pretty close to the strike zone.
Quinn Walcott calling the balls and strikes today. Tom Halling, the crew chief, at first. Alfonso Marquez at second, and Chris Siegel over at third. A lot of questionable calls by Siegel yesterday on both sides. 2-2 now. That's up and in. Full count. Matter of fact, Mike Scioscia being ejected yesterday. Arguing balls and strikes with Siegel.
And that pitch that Heaney threw the Puig, that was all over the strike zone on a 3-2 count.
Three-two on the way. Little chopper back toward the middle. Rollins to his left has it. Gets rid of it quickly, and Giamatelli retired for the first down of the ballgame.
Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful. A little Kansas, a little dust in the wind. I'm talking about putting guys in motion today. When you have 2 corner infielders, you got Callaspo, Gonzalez, been around for a long time, don't move quite as well. Latos on the mound. And you have to be creative to score some runs, especially when you're struggling as an offense. You do have Trout, you do have Pujols there to hit the ball out of the ballpark. You need the other guys to create runs and opportunities for you.
Latos, a big guy at 6'6". Falls off that first base side after delivery as Cole settles into the batter's box, hitting .276. Did not get the start yesterday after a 3-hit performance on Friday night. But did get into the game as a pinch hitter in the ninth against Kenley Jansen. Ended up drawing a walk. He was stranded at third. And Ibar popped up to end the game. 13 home runs and 56 runs batted in. 2-0. Latos 64 and 52 career record with a 3.43 ERA and 169 starts. Padres, Reds, Marlins, and now the Dodgers. 1-6 in his career here at Dodger Stadium. Foul tipped.
Well, those are the counts too where hitters have had real good success against Latos. Sheer 2-0 counts. Hitters 6 for 12 with 3 home runs. Made a big swing there, Cole. But again, get back to that line drive. Think alleys, get on base for Trout and Pujols if you're Cole Calhoun.
Three balls and a strike. Latos making his second career start against the Angels. If you recall, back in 2013, the Angels opened the season in Cincinnati. I believe it was a cold, drizzly Cincinnati.
Yeah. It's quite comfortable.
Yeah, Latos got a no decision, giving up 3 runs in 6 2/3. And Calhoun works the walk. So man on with 1 out and Trout coming to the plate.
When I watch Latos throw and the way his delivery is, rather slow delivery, kind of reminds me a little bit of our good friend Rick Sutcliffe.
Yeah.
Takes a while to throw the baseball, a lot of moving parts, kind of hooks it in the back of his arm before he delivers the baseball.
Trout yesterday ended up going 0 for 4. Average of .314. 32 home runs, 67 RBIs. Cole off to a good lead at first. And the first one in for a strike. In that game, by the way, that Latos faced the Angels back in April of 2013, Kendrick and Callaspo homering off Latos. Both guys in the lineup behind him today. No balls, 2 strikes.
He incorporates a little bit of a slide step, but still with his arm motion, it will slow down the delivery time towards the plate. He's given up 9 stolen bases in 12 attempts. He only has 2 career pickoffs.
Oh-2 fouled off. Back inside with a fastball. Kershaw pitched Trout very well yesterday afternoon, and pitched pretty much everyone very well yesterday afternoon. They kept Mike guessing, especially after that first inning strikeout. High curveball.
What a special pitcher he is. 37 straight scoreless innings.
0-2 now. Fouled in and out of the glove of Grandal.
And think about Kershaw too. He's completing the majority of those games during that stretch. 2 complete game shutouts during the scoreless streak. Well, 3 8-inning stints. So he's been dominant.
215 pitches, and I think for a moment maybe was rethinking Don Mattingly's decision to pull him in the ninth yesterday with Kenley Jansen getting up a run.
He was a little antsy in that dugout. We had a good view of him. He was pacing around there when tying runs came to the plate.
Pujols on deck. 1-2. Can't imagine that Jansen would be available today if the Dodgers are in that situation. A lot of pitches thrown the first 2 games of the series, and they've got Jim Johnson now, also part of that 13-player deal.
Well, Latos does take a lot of time in between pitches.
That is ripped down the line. Foul. Almost got Chris Siegel, third base umpire. That's what you get for calling that high curveball strike yesterday. Heads up.
This is a rocket. It's a good movement, though.
Yeah.
High stepping.
If he did get hit, he could at least get Trout to sign the bruise or broken bone. Two balls, two strikes.
One thing about Latos, too, he does get fired up there when he's on the mound, especially on close pitches. A couple already in this first inning. He felt he hit his spot. High part of the strike zone, according to our Fox tracks, this barely touches. Early in this inning against Giavitelli, threw a slider he thought was a strike. Also, it looked like it touched the corner.
And he got him. 2 outs.
Pretty good little slider from Latos. Get on top of that well, and you see late action on the slider going away from the bat. Mike Trout.
The 2 outs, Calhoun at first base still. To draw on the 1-out walk, and here's Albert. 257 on the season, 30 home runs, and 65 runs batted in. 2-hit game yesterday, going 2 for 4.
Albert 2 for 8 in his career versus Latos. A couple RBI.
Lefties have hit better against Latos this year. Right-handers 278 compared to 227. Off-speed pitch. Got Albert out in front. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels with the loss yesterday and the culmination of the 5-game losing streak now find themselves 4 games under 500 out on the road at 23-27. That is pulled over to third. Callaspo has it. We'll go across the diamond. The Angels are done here in the first. Well, to the bottom of the first, Corey Rasmus on the mound for the Angels as we are scoreless. Lineup for the Dodgers, game number 105 for the Dodgers. Rollins at short, Kendrick at second, Gonzalez at first. That stays the same. Ethier gets a start in right field. He's the cleanup hitter. Grandal will bat fifth. He's a switch hitting catcher. Carl Crawford gets a start in left. Alberto Callaspo the start at third. Josh Peterson is in center field. Matt Latos batting ninth. Corey Rasmus seeing action for the second time. He pitched Friday night, just pitched 1 inning had 3 strikeouts. Not a bad 2015 debut.
And he threw the ball so well. And in this role last year for Mike Scioscia, coming in and starting, also saw it out of the bullpen. My go-to is to be successful, though, keeping that first pitch strike in the strike zone. 67% of his pitches last year were first pitch strikes. And also, when you get the head of the count, 208 batting average against him on that after the 0-1 count.
I tell you what, Rasmus so good for the Angels last year, especially in the second half as a spot starter. Made 6 starts last year, 0-1 and a 2.37 ERA in that role. Asked quite a bit, Scioscia was anyways last year, even earlier this year, about when Rasmus came back, whether or not he would be extended out, be a starter full time. Mike has said that ship has sailed, but I got a feeling that's going to be the case. Just kind of keep him in this type of role. Bullpen arm that can spot start when needed as Rollins grounds out for the first out.
And because he has 4 quality pitches, he can go to any one of them during the course of his start or bullpen appearance.
Rasmus last year, a total of 56 innings of work. 42 hits allowed, 57 strikeouts, a terrific arm. He's gotten him from the Atlanta Braves a couple of seasons ago in exchange for Scott Downs. Of course, out the majority of the season with abdominal surgery. Suffering an injury back in late spring. Howie, a 287 hitter this year, 8 home runs, 43 runs batted in. 1 for 4 game yesterday. 1 ball, 1 strike.
One thing you notice with Rasmus, obviously, is a bullpen guy. He's going to start from the stretch, but he also starts way over on the third base side of the pitching rubber. Good deception, especially against right-handed batters.
A little more commonplace nowadays is how he dribbles this one. Foul 2-2. You see guys working from either the stretch or a modified windup.
You always see that even at the lowest levels of baseball and Little League Baseball, though, when you first start the pitch, most kids will throw from the stretch position because less moving parts, better chance to throw more consistent strikes.
2-2, missed in. They wanted a peel, it did not go. Full count with Gonzalez on deck.
Especially with Tom Hallion to first base, he likes to ring up everybody, whether it's on a check swing or when he's behind the plate.
Does he still give you the good ring up over at first base?
Oh, yes.
The payoff pitch out toward right center field, hit pretty well. Cole racing back there, not going to get there, it's off the wall. Kendrick on his way to second, and he is in there with a 1-out double.
His 18th double this season. How we've seen over the years, that's his good power to right center field.
First baseman, number 23, Adrian Gonzalez.
Stayed back on that pitch well and just drives that ball to right center field. That inside out approach lets his hands drift towards the baseball. Let the pitch get deeper in the zone and drives it out to right center field for Howie.
So right in the from the get-go, man in scoring position for the Dodgers. Yesterday they were 0 for 6, 2 for 16 in the series. Gonzalez swinging a miss. Took something off. Adrian yesterday a 1 for 4 game. .295 hitter, 21 home runs, 61 runs batted in. It's 27 doubles as well. Kendrick just picked up his 18th double. 1-2.
Tried to run that two-seam fastball up and in, and ran out over the plate so far. The sequence been change-up, fastball away, good fastball at 93, and then tried another fastball in at 93.
One-two on the way to Gonzalez, and he breaks his bat. Skies went out to shallow right. Giavotella was out there already playing the shift. Makes the catch for the second out.
Solid communication also with Giavotella right away, calling for that pop-up, playing deeper with the shift on. Cole playing deep in right field. Had a long way to go, but right away, Giavotella called for it. Good pitch, too, from Rasmus. Jams him, but right away, calling for it, throwing up the hands, makes the play. Especially an RBI producer to get out. Very important for Rasmus and the Angels to get Gonzalez out there.
So 2 outs, Kendrick at second. Here's Andre Ethier. 278 hitter this year with 10 home runs and 34 runs batted in. Ethier getting his first action of the series. Not even as a pinch hitter. Two balls, no strikes.
Good career numbers against the Angels. 325. 5 home runs and 25 RBI for Ethier against the Angels. Most times you think, okay, you have an open base, but with the way Grandal has swung the bat in the series, it might not be such a great idea to pitch around him.
Grandal with back-to-back 3-hit games, homering yesterday to straightaway center field. Now he's off Salas. He's been aggressive early in the count too.
That's when it comes into play for Rasmus, who has a very good changeup he can throw. First pitch to get him out in front.
Well, Q shot, one hopper to Ibar's. Got to hurry. And they get Ethier for the third out. One complete here, Dodger Stadium. Kendrick double stranded in scoring position. We are scoreless heading to the second. The Indians on Tuesday at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an MLB Network tote bag while supplies last. Get your tickets by visiting the Angel Stadium ticket office, or you can buy them online as well.
It's crazy. The first time we'll have seen Cleveland at any point this year.
Yeah. And the Angels are getting 3 pretty good pitchers coming up in that series. Corey Kluber, Carlos Carrasco, Danny Salazar to go up against Garrett Richards, Matt Shoemaker, and Hector Santiago. So you hope that the offense gets clicking today.
Yes, good idea.
That start against Kluber tomorrow. As David Murphy takes ball 1 down and away.
He is a strikeout machine, Kluber, the reigning Cy Young Award winner in the American League.
Got off to a slow start, but he's back to doing Klubot things, is what they call him. Klubot. Murphy, Ibar, and Gillespie here to face Latos in the second. David looks at a breaking ball for a strike. And it's 1-2. He singled the lead off the 9th inning in yesterday's game. Scored the only run. That was on the single by Pujols. 294 hitter. The former Cleveland Indian. One, two, pulled to the right side. Gonzalez has it. Latos covering, and just does beat Murphy there.
Casually works his way over the first base. Well, here's
down.
today's cold hard facts, which are brought to you by Clean, Crisp, Coors Light. Speaking of tough pitchers, the Angels' last 3 starters they have faced: Scott Kazmir, who leads the American League as far as ERA; Zach Greinke leads the National League as far as ERA; and then, of course, you follow it up with Clayton Kershaw, who's got a scoreless streak of 37 straight scoreless innings, and then you got Corey Kluber, the reigning Cy Young Award winner from last season in the American League. So you got a tough task, but then again, when you get to the postseason, that's the type of pitchers you're going to always face. So it's a good task, good effort. You're going to have to get together with your swings now and be more consistent.
Ibar testing his buddy at third base, Alberto Callaspo. Alberto has some words for him.
You have to do that.
Yeah.
Especially when you watch Latos covering first base there just a second ago. He's dealing with, earlier in the season, he had a little left knee issue. So you have to force the issue now.
Yeah, spent some time on the disabled list with that inflammation. Ball and a strike on Ibar, hitting .279, a couple of home runs, 35 runs batted in. Latos, a Padres 11th round pick in 2006 at Broward Community College at the high school in the Coconut Creek area, just outside of Fort Lauderdale. This one inside out of that foul. It's 1-2. Traded to the Reds. Yonder Alonso, Edinson Volquez deal, part of that deal. A couple of other players involved. So traded to the Marlins and now traded to the Dodgers.
Big into art and drawings, as you can see by him right there.
3-time 14-game winner in his career. 1-2. That is pulled to second. Howie's got it. 2 outs.
Third baseman number 22, Connor Gillespie.
So Connor Gillespie will come to the plate. He's the third baseman this afternoon. Had the afternoon off yesterday. 244 hitter on the year with 3 home runs and 19 runs batted in. Connor Friday night went 0 for 4. 6 for 20 as an Angel. 2 doubles, a triple, 4 RBIs. We're seeing late here for the Angels this stretch of last 9 games, in which they've gone 1-8. As this one's out to right, we'll talk about it a little bit more. Seen a lot of 1, 2, 3 innings, which was something that was an issue early on, but certainly not in the month of June and the early part of July. But to the bottom of the second with no score. this 3-game set. The Angels and the Dodgers will meet in September at the Big A, another 3-game series. Then, as the Dodgers now won 5 straight against the Angels, the first time that they've ever done that.
The Angels over the years have had a huge advantage over the Dodgers in interleague play. Not lately.
No. That's Monty Grandal to lead things off here in the second against Corey Rasmus. Breaking ball, first pitch misses. Grandal's batting average of .292. 15 home runs, 41 runs batted in. His home run yesterday against Fernando Salas, a big one, and that extended the lead from 3-1 to 5-1. I'm talking about the Dodgers and as far as the Freeway Series is concerned, and the way the Angels have played against the Dodgers. Overall, the Angels play good baseball in interleague play. That hasn't been the case this year. Just 7-9 in interleague action. Remember, they got swept by the Giants up in San Francisco earlier this year, trying to avoid getting swept here.
We look at all those good teams that Mike Scioscia has had in interleague play over the years prior to this year. A lot of teams that could run more, hit and run, haven't been able to do that as much. The way the team has been set up offensively this season. The old National League brand of baseball hasn't been able to use that.
Full count. And they had turned things around on the road, or so it seemed, on that last road trip prior to the All-Star break. Through Arlington, Denver, and Seattle. 3-2 grounded weakly to second. 1 down. And then all of a sudden you head out on the road. You win a big game on Sunday. Avoid getting swept by the Texas Rangers at home last Sunday. And it was a good offensive performance. Guys swung the bats well. A lot of hits, a lot of runs in that one. Then you go out, you start swinging the bat well early Tuesday against Houston. But from that point forward, after the Angels coughed up that lead on Tuesday night, just have not been able to get it going.
Yeah, so often we talk about that shutdown inning. Now, if that shutdown inning is performed against the Astros in Game 1 of that series, that whole series could have been different.
A couple of shutdown innings, with a couple of leads to be had. Didn't happen. Carl Crawford takes upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike on the left fielder. .217 batting average with a home run. 3 runs batted in this year. Crawford has only played in 22 games. Pinch hit the other day. He pulls this one to Giavitello.
Both pitches early on getting a lot of ground ball outs.
Yeah.
That's 4 already for Rasmus.
Sorry, Gibby. Crawford missing a bulk of playing time due to a right oblique strain.
A lot of money invested in a lot of outfielders for the Dodgers. And only 3 spots to play, especially when they're playing in National League ballparks.
Money may not be the same, but the Angels have quite a few outfielders all of a sudden themselves. This was fouled off to the left. The acquisition of Victorino, De Jesus, and Murphy.
Certainly when you get home tomorrow, it gives you that option as the DH. Can rotate that around too. That's going to be real important for Mike Scioscia to be able to do that with the extra outfielders that he has.
Ball and a strike on Callaspo. He's come into the game defensively the last 2 nights. 2 games, I should say. The start today. No Alex Guerrero, no Kike Hernandez, no Yasiel Puig. Fly ball down the left field line.
When you look at the differences when an American League club plays in a National League park, you lose a lot of times one of your better hitters. And then the pitcher has to hit. He's not used to doing that himself. Then when he naturally goes to the American League ballpark, generally bench players get a lot of playing time, so it's the transition for them is a little easier than the other way around for the American League playing in the National League Park.
Breaking ball got him looking. Down goes Kayasman, a 1-2-3 inning for Rasmus. We head to the third with no score. Data strong fame just might see yourself in an upcoming Angels broadcast, and it is brought to you by T-Mobile. No scores. We begin the third here at Dodger Stadium. Chris Iannetta, Corey Rasmus, Johnny Giavitello. That's 8, 9, and 1 for the Angels. Facing Matt Latos in his Dodgers debut. 1 walk, 1 strikeout for the big right-hander. Carlos Perez got the start behind the plate yesterday, so Iannetta had the day off. He went 0 for 3 on Friday night. Oh, look at the strike. Chris hitting 195 with 8 home runs, 26 runs batted in.
2 for 8 against Latos. One of those hits being a home run.
A 2-1 count. Iannetta hits one out toward left center field. Crawford moving over. Just onto the track, puts it away. Sounded as if Iannetta got that one toward the end of the bat. It's the first out here in the third.
Number 46, Corey Rasmus.
So you can see the baseball carries much better during the day. Even the ball that Howie hit off the wall to right center field. Get a baseball up in the air, it can carry pretty far.
First career plate appearance for Rasmus. As a reliever at the major league level, seldom gets the opportunity to bat, especially in interleague play. Fouls that one back.
That's a pretty good hack.
Former first-round pick of the Braves. His brother, first-round pick as well. You get to see each other in Houston. Chopper back up the middle. Rollins to his left, has it. 2 outs. Thought it had a chance there for a second to get through.
Tell you what, he's got a pretty good swing, though.
Yeah. Johnny Giavitello will take his time heading to the plate. Give Rasmus an opportunity to catch his breath. Johnny grounded out to short in the first inning. No balls and a strike. Johnny now 1 for 9 in the series.
Social wants to see him to get back to that line drive approach.
A 2-1 count. See Lato snapping back at the baseball, angry with himself. He is a big guy. Mentioned 6'6". Coat hanger shoulders.
Yes.
And right over the top. This one line to center, a base hit, a 2-out knock. Puts a man on for Cole Calhoun.
That's the exact swing that Soch wants to see from Giavitello. Stay back on it, line drive, use the middle of the field.
56.
And a perfect swing for Giavitello. Straight over the top, fastball away, line drive right back up the middle for Johnny. Stay back on that well at the baseball travel, line drive into the outfield.
You know, Lato's very similar. Latos was first, obviously, to Josh Colmenter of the Arizona Diamondbacks. That delivery was right over the top.
Usually when you talk to hitters, they kind of like when a pitcher's right over the top like that. You can see the baseball a little bit more so. Certainly more difficult to sink the baseball like that.
Pulled foul.
When you see it, when you talk about sinker ball pitchers, there's generally be 3/4 delivery.
Only difference being that I don't think Latos was flinging axes at tree trunks at Coconut Creek, Florida.
No.
Kind of how Colmenter developed his throwing style. But it's possible. Anything's possible.
Yes, anything's possible.
Giavitello takes off. The 0-1 check swing didn't go. The throw goes into center. Giavitello picks it up now and heads to third. That ball just kept tailing away from Jimmy Rollins. Nothing he can do. And so it'll be an error on Yasmani Grandal, his second error of the season.
And that's what you have to do. You have to press the issue. You have to try to steal some bases. And Johnny Giavitello picks up his second stolen base this season. Pretty good jump. And that throw sails into the outfield. And luckily, Giavitello picked that up and saw that it was in the outfield and advances to third base.
Well, it took until the 9th inning of yesterday afternoon's ball game for the Angels to get a man into second base. Giavitello over at third now with 2 outs. 1-1 count on Calhoun. He drew a walk in the first. Angels ended up going 1 for 4 yesterday with men in scoring position. All 4 of those plate appearances happening in that 9th inning. It's Kenley Jansen. And that is hit out to right field. Ethier is there. The Angels will leave a man at third base. Well, at the bottom of the third, still with no score. Jock Peterson, Matt Latos, and then Jimmy Rollins to face Corey Rasmus, making the spot start today. Rasmus gave up a 1-out double to Kendrick in the first, but nothing more. He retired the side in order in the second. Picked up his first strikeout. Jock Peterson stepping up. First action for him in the series. A .225 batting average for the All-Star. 21 home runs. 43 runs batted in. Three infielders on the right side. And he went around.
He is extremely aggressive swinging the bat. Tons of power. Certainly has a swing and miss in his swing, though. I want to take Don Mattingly's trying to correct as much as possible. Well, with Mark McGwire, being more consistent, putting the ball in play.
125 strikeouts on the season. 351 at-bats. And he strikes out swinging here on the breaking ball, and there's the first out of the third.
Yeah, when you have a young hitter with that type of power who's struggling, you never throw him a strike. Gets ahead of the count, and a very good curveball to get a swing and miss. Great location. Pitch before that was a high fastball, so using all four quadrants of the strike zone or just out of the strike zone to get a swing and miss.
His months progressively this year just gotten worse. Got off to a great start in April. 298 hitter, then 236 in May, 222 in June, and hit just 169 in July.
The league figuring him out. That's what it comes down to, the scouting.
There's Latos swinging at the first pitch and fouling it off. But as you said, when he makes contact, that ball will travel. He's got some serious bat whip through the zone.
And there's not many hitters that have the power that he has when he connects on the baseball. Just a few come to mind. Giancarlo Stanton, Mike Trout. Peterson's in that same conversation when he squares up a baseball.
Latos shoots one out toward right center field. Crowd was shading him that way. Calls off Calhoun for out number 2. Hey fans, the Angels will host the Baltimore Orioles on Friday, and that's the start of a 3-game set. Fans in attendance will receive a Garrett Richards bobblehead courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino while supplies last. Get your tickets by swinging by the stadium box office, or you can buy them as always online.
I was talking to Garrett about that bobblehead. We're saying, hey, we're going to break down your mechanics on your bobblehead that day. He was cracking up. He says, yeah, that's pretty good. I kept my front shoulder in well. I said, that's great technique. Mechanics were perfect.
Rasmus at 35 pitches. Keep in mind this is a spot start for him and a bullpen game for the Angels. Most pitches he's thrown this year, 42. That was back on June the 30th. That was with the AAA Salt Lake. I would imagine this could be his last inning. His last outing at AAA.
What you might see is Mike Scioscia, when he goes to Alvarez more than likely next, go right, left, right. That way it forces the issue with Don Mattingly, especially with the guys he has on the bench today. Some lefties in the lineup. And they might force it to go righties against Alvarez. Shorten up his bench.
Jose's had a couple of hiccup outings the last 2. This one cued up the line, rolls foul. 1-2 on Rollins, who grounded out to Ibar in the first. Rasmus pretty much taking off from where he left off last year, being a valuable part of that bullpen and spot starting toward the end of the season.
I just love the way he competes. Whatever role Mike Scioscia asks him to do, he just goes out and competes. Doesn't complain. Well, he's a long guy in the bullpen, a spot starter. Come in for an inning out of the bullpen later in the game.
Full count. Howie on deck. No score with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Latos and Rasmus to start this one. Payoff on the way. Rollins pulls this one to the right side. Off the glove of Pujols. Giavatella's there, and then he fires it nowhere near the bag. If he just throws it to the base, they get Rollins the unconventional way.
He had a 3-4-1 ground out.
Number 47.
Instead will go as imagine a single.
And it is. Nice attempt too from Albert. Dives, deflects it right to Giavatella. Plenty. I mean, you can see Rasmus is there. He's got himself already in position to get to the base and stretch for the throw, but then a high throw from Giavatella. Now you're going to deal with speed at first base, and Jimmy Rollins 8 stolen bases, although he's been caught 7 times.
Might be Rasmus's last batter here. Alvarez ready to go in the bullpen. Got a left-hander, Gonzalez, on deck. Mentioned Howie doubling off the wall in right center in the 1st inning. His 18th double of the year. Rollins kind of looked like he was leaning at first base. Started to go, then stopped. First one's down and away. Good lead for Rollins again. Alvarez just looking on from the right field bullpen. Doesn't take much a warm afternoon like today.
Yeah, that's a big lead for Rollins.
Doesn't go, and Howie skies went out to straightaway center. Hit well. Trout back at the wall. Gone. A 2-run home run by Howie Kendrick. His 2nd extra base hit of the afternoon. 2-0 Dodgers.
And this Dodger offense predicated around the long ball. Another home run. 129th home run as a team for the Dodgers. Right to dead center field. Trying to be quick to the plate. Fastball down. Allow that baseball to travel. Get this, brought his hands in and crush that ball to center field for Howie Kendrick. Seen that swing a lot in his career as an Angel. He's in the middle to middle away on his swing.
A double and a home run now for Kendrick. And here's Adrian Gonzalez. He was at foul, and it's an 0-1 count. He popped out to Giavatella in the 1st. One ball, one strike. It's difficult to play as it was. Would have been great if Giavatella could have finished off that deflection from the glove of Pujols. Would have been the 3rd out of the inning at first.
Because you got time.
Yeah.
Especially because he was in position, anticipating Rollins pulling the ball in the hole.
And you know, when you're going this way, the way the Angels have gone over the last 9, it's those little things that tend to snowball on you. Look back a couple of nights ago. to the Van Slyke bloop double with 2 outs down the right field line against Hector Santiago. Eventually became 2 runs.
Yeah, Mike Scioscia said that after the game yesterday. It's that inability to get that big hit or make the play in the field to shut down an inning, or a quality pitch to prevent some runs from being scored.
Two again. Missed inside, full count. Ethier on deck.
And more likely for sure last batter for Rasmus, who's thrown the ball well. Howie Kendrick, really the only one who's had some good swings against him at this point.
And he got him swinging on the off-speed pitch. That'll end the third, but not before Howie Kendrick delivers a 2-run punch. We'll head to the fourth. Halos down 2-0.
Always runs hard. He's always, playing, seems like he's getting after it in everything, having success. He's a guy that steals bags, makes plays, hits homers, hits for average. There's really not a whole lot not to like. So I think as a fan, he's a good representative of our game for sure. And he's always seemed like he's playing with a smile, like he's having fun.
Don Mattingly before the game talking about Mike Trout. Leads things off here in the fourth. The Angels down 2-0. He drives one out to right field. Ethier moving back on this one. Gets turned around a little bit. Corrects himself. Makes the catch. And there's out number 1. You don't see that too often where Trout's swinging at that first pitch.
I saw that a lot in spring training and had a lot of success doing so. And he hit that ball very well. And the importance of the Mike Trout and Albert Pujols when it comes to what they have done this season. Most home runs in 1 month in Angel history. Tim Salmon at the top. Mo Vaughn. Albert Pujols with 13 in June. Mike Trout with 12 in the month of July. Those two have been so important. They've carried this team offensively almost the entire season. Also want to see some other guys doing the same thing at this point. But what a good swing, though, for Trout. And what a nice compliment from Don Mattingly about Mike Trout.
Albert grounded out sharp into Kayasp on the first. One from Latos. That is down low. Angels have Cesar Ramos now getting ready. Latos with 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. A single to Giovantel in the third.
When you look at both these right-handed pitchers who started this game, Latos completely on the opposite side of the pitching rubber from where Corey Rasmus was. Latos all the way on the first base side of the pitching rubber.
This one pulled toward the hole. That'll sneak through for a base hit. You know what? And to your point, Gooby, and for a big guy, a shorter stride than Rasmus.
Yeah, you can see the landing spot.
Number 19, David Murphy.
And the reason why a lot of times if you're a right-handed pitcher, you move over to the first base side of the pitching rubber. As we can see right here, that short little stride he has, he lands very quickly and straight over the top. As Albert stays back on that well and shoots that ball between short and third. Reason why you do that is so you can get inside more consistently against left-handed batters. As you land, you can see that inside part of the plate a lot more consistently. The glove side fastball for him.
Murphy takes low. Grounded out to Gonzalez in his first at bat. Both he and David DeJesus at 99 career home runs. Two balls, no strikes. Everything so far in this inning, although Trout just saw 1 pitch, seems to be down in the zone for Latos.
55 pitches, 33 strikes for Latos so far. And the reason why, you mentioned how tall Latos is. He had a shorter stride than Rasmus, who's a lot shorter than he is. Corey's a guy that drop and drive, push towards home plate. Latos is just falls forward. All his velocity is created from his arm. Rasmus, majority of his velocity is created from his lower part of his body as he drives towards the plate. Kind of like the Tom Sievers of the day, once they drove towards the plate using that back leg to generate that arm speed. Latos is blessed with a strong shoulder, big shoulders, to get the velocity he has.
Murphy bounces this one to second. Kendrick goes to Ronalds. They force out Pujols for the first out. Pardon me, for the second out. So Murphy replaces Albert at first.
Number 2, Eric Ibar.
And Ibar will bat. Murphy with decent speed. Would think, maybe hope that he would start here just like Giovantel did in the third. Try to create something. There, grounded out to Kendrick in the second. Murphy wanted to go and ended up stopping.
Would have been a good pitch to go also in a slow breaking ball in the dirt.
No stolen bases this year for Murph. He's been caught once. Dodgers up 2-0 here in the fourth. Howie Kendrick, a 2-run home run in the third inning. Ibar tired of waiting. Asks for time, and it's granted. Ibar shoots one out toward right center field. Long run for Peterson. He will track it down. Fantastic play for the rookie center fielder, robbing Ibar of extra bases and potentially the Angels' first run. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Dodgers still on top. Baseball is brought to you by the Dodge Charger with an EPA estimated 31 highway miles per gallon. This car was made for driving in California. Visit Dodge.com. And by AT U-verse. More live channels on the go than cable. Dodgers leading it by the score of 2-0 as we begin the bottom of the fourth. Cesar Ramos takes over on the mound here. Corey Rasmus, who ended up going 3 innings, 2 runs on that home run. 3 total hits, 3 strikeouts, and no walks. Ramos comes into the ball game. Second time in the series. He pitched Friday night. His 40th appearance of the year. 2-0 record, a 1.42 ERA, and an in and out. Who's in? Who's out? It'll be Ethier, Grandal, and Crawford for the Dodgers here in the fourth. Lefty and then a righty. And back to a lefty. Grandal, a switch hitter. He'll spin around. 1 inning in Friday's game.
The 6th game of his career, Ramos, against the Dodgers. Very good ERA, 0.90. Just 1 earned run in 10 innings pitched.
Ethier grounded out to Eric Ivard in the first, so he's 0 for 1. Three hits allowed by Rasmus, 2 by Howie. A double in the first inning. And the home run in the third. 9th home run of the year for Kendrick, 2nd of the series. Overall, a good performance, as usual, as we got used to it last year. What you expect from Rasmus. Comes out there, empties the tank, knows it. Not going to go more than 50, 55 pitches.
Number 9.
Well, very solid once again. Well, when you look at, it's not necessarily a mistake against Howie. It was a fastball down, but Howie, we talked about that even in the first 2 games of the series. Howie likes the pitches down in the strike zone. He's very good as far as driving that ball up the middle. And that one drove it right out the dead center field for a home run.
Grandal swinging first pitch, bounces it foul. He's 0 for 1. Rolling one to Giavatello in the second. Breaking ball, missing away. The Angels starting today's action 3 back in the standings of the Houston Astros. Houston defeating Arizona today 4-1. So the Angels, once they come back, jeopardy falling 4 back in the standings. Texas currently leading the Giants in the 9th inning 2-0. The Angels lose. The Angels get 1 step closer to Texas in 3rd place. Texas at the start of the day 8 back in the West. Two balls, 2 strikes. The Dodgers, on the other hand, a 1.5 lead in the West.
Watch a little bit of that Giant Texas game. They had a couple home runs late in extra innings to win it yesterday. Game started by Cole Hamels. Don Manley knows, though, that Giant club has had a lot of success against the Dodgers this season when they played head-to-head.
Full count. The Astros will just head north. They will start a series against the Texas Rangers beginning tomorrow night in Arlington. This one's skied to shallow right. Giavatello racing out, and that'll fall in for a hit. He stopped running after it. Thought that Cole was going to get there. Peeled off, and the ball drops in for a single. Looked like he had a play on it.
Yeah, jam shot. Last second, here's Cole coming in. But still, Cole's a long ways away. Falls in for a base hit.
You're not peeling off as an infielder until you hear the outfielder actually calling for it.
Yeah, and it seemed like Cole was not calling because he was a long ways away.
Crawford lifts one out to shallow center. Ibar going out. Trout coming in. Trout calls off Ibar.
See, that's good communication right there. Trout calls him off, and Eric Ibar is going all the way back until he hears Trout making the call for that baseball.
Number 5, Alberto Callaspo.
Right here, the Trout's calling for that baseball allows Eric Ibar to get out of the way at that point, but until Trout calls for that, he's going to try to make the play on that pop-up.
Callaspo spins around to the right side. Struck out looking his first at-bat. Looks at a strike here against Ramos. Halos in the fifth have the bottom third of its order coming up. Gillespie, Ionetta, and then the pitcher spun. Four hits for the Dodgers, 2 for the Angels. 2 hits, singles. Giovatello, Pujols.
Rasmus out of the game, and now Ramos will be hitting number 3 coming up this next half inning. Looks like he's a 1-inning stint for him.
Callaspo hooks one down a left field line. Long run for Murphy, and this one curls foul.
Yeah, Ramos asking Ionetta exactly where location that pitch was. I got a lot of the plate. It was upstairs, and Callaspo is very good as far as driving a pitch that's elevated.
Better from the right side this year than the left. Beach ball on the warning track out and right.
This may take some time because the wind is pushing the beach ball away. They run a long, long way for that.
Very short lead for Grandal at first base with 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Angels return home tomorrow night, face the Cleveland Indians. Garrett Richards, Corey Kluber, 7:05 start. Off day on Thursday, then the Orioles into town. That's a called strike 3. Callaspo goes down looking for the second time today. 4 complete. Angels down 2-0. St. Preux took only seconds to destroy a legend. Saturday, watch two of the sport's most ferocious heavyweights collide in UFC Fight Night with coverage beginning at 7 p.m. Pacific only on Fox Sports 1. Streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Latos in his Dodgers debut has 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed. He'll face the bottom third of the order for the Angels. See who the pinch hitter will be. Probably Jesus. Gillespie will lead things off, and Chris Iannetta in that pitcher spot. Connor Gillespie, a fly ball to right in the second. He shoots this one out to left center field. That'll get down for a leadoff single.
The majority of the hits we've seen from Gillespie has been that way, staying back on the baseball. Line drive that way. It's been an elevated pitch out over the plate and hits it in left center field.
Nobody's come out to the on deck circle, but it appears as if DeJesus has a bat in the dugout. Iannetta looks at a strike. It's Shane Victorino come out to the on deck circle.
3 for 10 in his career versus Latos with a home run.
Iannetta with a fly ball to left in the third, so he's 0 for 1 today.
When he's talking for a while to Mike Scioscia this morning, saying he just wants to see a couple of his hitters just go up there with the purpose of trying to drive the ball. Don't think of home run, just drive the ball and have a good at bat.
First base side, Gonzalez will watch it land in the seats. It's 1-2.
That also means having those good quality at bats at the right time also.
Latos 63 pitches so far this afternoon. First time today the Angels have had their leadoff man reach. Gillespie at first with that single. Third hit allowed by Latos. Fouled off. Still a 1-2 count. Out to shallow right. 8 years there. 1 down. Victorino called back, and now DeJesus will come out. Imagine thought process being that if Iannetta gets on board, Victorino comes up to sacrifice.
The Angels. Number 3, David DeJesus.
Think of. Now DeJesus will bat.
DeJesus with good numbers also against Latos. 353, 6 for 17 with a home run, 2 RBI.
Pinch hitting in the pitcher spot. 250 hitter this year. The dirt, nice block by Grandal.
I think if Iannetta gets on with Victorino, if he was going to put him up, I think in terms of a line drive gap type swing, but with a man on first with one out, he's hoping that Jesus, because he has good numbers against Latos, that he can potentially hook one out the right field for a home run to tie it up.
Halos picking them up. Trey with the Tampa Bay Rays earlier this week. Minor league pitcher Eduardo Lopez going the other way.
Holding baseball a long time. Gillespie at first base. No stolen bases on the season in one attempt.
Popped up on the left side of the infield. Kayasp underneath it. 2 outs. So the leadoff man still anchored at first, and here's Johnny Giavotella coming up.
Second baseman, Johnny Giavotella.
1-for-2 game for Johnny. A single in the third, picked up a stolen base in the third as well. Jose Alvarez getting ready for the Angels, so he'll be pitching the bottom of the 5th. With 8-9-1 due up for the Dodgers. Gillespie not going anywhere at first base. Very short lead. The Angels of late have just become a station-to-station team without the long ball. That's a kind of a deadly combination.
That being said, it's not a bad time, though, to put on a hit and run here.
Not the quickest to the plate. You have right side open with Gonzalez holding Gillespie on. Ground ball to short. So the Angels waste a leadoff single. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 Dodgers. Produced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Jose Alvarez is turned on the mound, taking over for Cesar Ramos as we begin the bottom of the 5th here at Dodger Stadium. 2-0 Dodgers. Peterson, Latos, and Rollins due up. Alvarez pitching in his 36th game, 2-2 record, 364 earned run average, 42 innings, 33 hits, 38 strikeouts. First time he's pitched in the series. Pitched Thursday, went 2/3 of an inning, gave up a run. And on Wednesday as well, went 1 inning, and that one gave up 2 runs on 3 hits.
His first time pitching against the Dodgers.
Those hiccups that he's had have been really because he hasn't finished hitters off. He's been ahead, especially left-handed hitters. Jock Peterson 0 for 1, a strikeout victim in the 3rd. First Dodger rookie position player ever to start an All-Star game.
Pretty amazing considering how many rookie of the years they've had.
No doubt. Back to that stretch, which they seemed like every year they were churning out rookies, beginning with Eric Karros,
Mike Piazza, Raul Mondesi,
Dale Nomo. One or two, Steve Sachs, right?
Late Steve Howell too. I think won the Rookie of the Year for the Dodgers.
Peterson defeating Albert in the home run derby. Outlasting Albert. Swing and a miss, 1 down.
Second time he has struck out already in this game for Peterson. Made a nice defensive play out in the outfield.
Number 55.
A nice sharp breaking ball. Starts middle and ends up off the outside corner. Good tilt to that slider from Alvarez against Peterson.
Yeah, the bat might be in a slump. The glove remains very good.
Well, that play he made down in San Diego against Justin Upton. What a play that was.
Lato shoots one out to center field. Here comes Stroud. He'll lay up and play on a hop. 1 out single for the pitcher Latos. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon.
Shortstop, Jimmy Rollins.
Latos hit 278 this year coming into the game. 6 for 20.
Back to the top of the order now with Jimmy Rollins. Pujols will play behind Latos at first. Rollins is single and a ground out. He's 1 for 2. That single was the one he rolled to the right side and went off the glove of Pujols to Giavotella, but Johnny unable to complete the put out. That would have ended the 3rd. Kendrick then follow with a 2-run blast. Good off-speed pitch. Bat may have hit Inett on the follow through there. 0-2 count. No runs, 3 hits, no errors. And the Angels have stranded 4. 2 runs, 5 hits, an error. Dodgers have left 2 on. 1-2. Pulled over toward third. Gillespie can't get it. It goes by him. The 2 on with 1 out, and the hot Howie Kendrick coming to the plate. Second hit for Rollins. And Howie already with 2 hits with a double and a home run.
It's this ground ball just underneath the glove of Gillespie. a very difficult situation now for Alvarez and the Angels with Howie Kendrick coming up here.
'18th double in the first, 9th home run in the third. This is ground ball toward short. Ibar has it, bobbles it for a second, feeds Giavitello, and spins to first to turn the double play that ends the fifth. We will head to the sixth inning. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols coming up for the Angels, down 2-0.
You have to make that outstanding play to prevent a club from scoring against you. And Albert deflects it over Giavitello, but the high throw with Rasmus covering the base allows Rollins to get on base. And then right away, Howie Kendrick on a fastball down hits a 2-run home run. Center field, the only scoring of the game. That need to get that quality pitch, maybe that quality at bat. Also, a quality play in the field needed to break this losing streak.
Cole Calhoun to lead things off here against Matt Latos, as he is done with his warm-up pitches. Time has expired, but because he was on base, it's a little extra time here.
And Howie has hit 2 home runs in this series for the Dodgers.
Dodgers came into this one leading the National League in home runs. 4th in runs scored, 2nd in both on-base percentage and slugging. Back into the rotation. Some of the bullpen have been the bigger issues for them. They feel like they've addressed that now with that big trade. Latos being a part of that. Jim Johnson, whom we've yet to see in a game, also a part of that as well.
Talk about an inning needed to get the offense rolling here. You're at the top of the order here, part of the order, where you could do some damage. You got to get it done here.
Well, the first 2 games, if that's any indication, it's been just these guys in the middle part of the order, either Cole, Trout, Pujols combination that have done anything in this series. Cole's been on board once, a walk in the first, a fly ball to right in the third. Just one base runner in scoring position this afternoon against Latos. Now he's back into third. That was with 2 outs. Around. No balls, 2 strikes. All of a sudden, 3rd time through the order, more off-speed stuff.
I mentioned he's thrown a lot more split-finger fastballs too this season than he's ever had in his career. It's been very effective for him.
73rd pitch of the afternoon. That is lifted down the left field line. It's a base hit. Crawford over to cut it off. Cole keeps racing on to second base. He is in there with a leadoff double. 18th double of the season for Calhoun.
One of those high fastballs where I still think it's a waste pitch. trying to get him to chase, but if you're going to get Cole to chase, it's got to be well above the strike zone. Latos missed location, and Cole made him pay for it. 18th double the season. Grandal setting up the high target, and Cole brought his hands up and a good level swing going the other way. And right down that left field line for a double. And the Angels are in business right away here.
Brings up Trout. Mike 0 for 2 today with a strikeout in the first. Skied went to Ethier onto the warning track in the fourth inning. He's got a man in scoring position with the Angels down 2-0 here in the sixth.
Monday key for this game for the Angels to be successful. Dust in the wind. We saw that aggressive base running from Cole Calhoun to get into scoring position. Need a bunch of that here in this inning. Get back in this game and potentially take the lead with this part of the order up for the Halos. Ran this fastball. It's the upper part of the strike zone. Struck him out last time with a hard slider. Or his first at bat, I should say.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Gun inside, back to back now as Avilan gets ready. You wonder if he goes back to that slider. Ground ball up the middle. Kendrick to his right has it. Plants, fires the first. Trout retired for the first down. Calhoun ends up at third.
Latos pitched Trout pretty well on that at bat. Look at our pitch by pitch. Starts with a fastball away off the outside corner. Caught up by a fastball that catches the outside corner. And a fastball in for a strike. Back inside with a fastball just off the inside corner. Then a split finger fastball that's down, but Howie showing good range and a strong arm to throw out Trout at first base as Cole Calhoun advances to third.
So infield back with 1 out. Ground ball gets you a run. Pujols 1 for 2 with a single in the fourth inning. Albert breaks his pass, swinging at that first pitch breaking ball. Will bring in a run. There are 2 outs. The Angels down 2-1. 66th RBI for Albert. Albert had his mind made up. He was hacking first pitch regardless.
And as a pitcher, when you have a run producer like Albert Pujols, you try to use that against him. And that's exactly what Latos did. Threw a breaking ball well off the outside corner, but Albert chases it, hits it off the end of the bat, gets the run home. Well, for Latos and the Dodgers, an important second out here. No one on base now.
So 2-1 Dodgers. Here's Murphy. The base is clear. Murphy getting to start in left today. 0 for 2. Pulls this one towards second. And this inning will come to an end. The Angels do get on the board. As we head to the bottom of the sixth inning, Dodgers still lead at 2-1. of the 6th. Hey, join us for Italian Heritage Night Saturday night. Angels taking on the Orioles at 6:05. Be sure to buy your ticket package online and receive an Italian Angels hat. Great seats to the game as well. Purchase your ticket package at angels.com/Italy. Italian hat.
Looking forward to that one.
Adrian Gonzalez leading things off. 3, 4, and 5 for the Dodgers. Ethier, then Grandal. Jose Alvarez, second inning of work. Gonzalez 0 for 2. A pop up and a strikeout. Two balls, one strike. Corey Rasmus got the start today, went 3 innings, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, one of which was the Kendrick home run. 3 strikeouts, no walks. Cesar Ramos with 1 inning. Gave up a hit, 2 strikeouts. The last thing you want to do if you're Jose Alvarez here is start gifting base runners after you just got within a run.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have a shutdown inning right now.
There's a leadoff walk. Exactly what you don't want to do. They'll face Ethier, another lefty batter who's 0 for 2. Caught the inside corner. Didn't look like Ethier liked that call. Good location on that fastball. 0 with 2.
And Ethier looking bad. Okay, the first pitch was the inside corner, then you're giving him the outside corner. Both sides of the plate. Both of them touching the strike zone.
Breaking ball, and he got him swinging. 1 down.
Catcher, Yasmani Grandal.
With a big curveball. Either out in front, and able to make contact.
Just took enough off that breaking ball because that's almost too good of a breaking ball with 2 strikes.
Yeah, if it's a little bit firmer on that one. You can say, especially because the pitch before was a fastball in the outside corner like that, so he could track that part of the plate.
Grandal swinging at that first pitch off speed. No 1 count. Seen him hacking early on in the count through the first 2 games of the series. 7 total hits in this 3-game set. 1 for 2 this afternoon. Why would you throw him anything else?
And every fastball you've thrown him so far, he's hit hard. Expand the zone, bounce a pitch, off speed.
Down goes Grandal. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alvarez. 2 down.
So now you figure something out for when you see him again, not only later in the game here, but down in September. He throws a perfect circle changeup. Runs down and away, missed by quite a bit. You gotta remember that right now. Off-speed pitches, make him hit those. It's very, very quick on fastballs.
Carl Crawford, the left fielder, 0 for 2 with a ground down and a fly ball to center. Looking ahead to the Angels' 7th. Ibar, Gillespie, and Adam. Crawford fouls it back. Dodgers with some action in their bullpen. Juan Nicasio getting ready, the righty. Ground ball to short. Ibar has it. He'll go on to first. Getting over. Leadoff walk stranded at first. 6 complete here at Dodger Stadium. The Angels down 2-1. Angels baseball is brought to you by Mercury Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save.
And by Hyundai, the summer clearance is going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Top of the 7th here at Dodger Stadium. The final game of this 3-game set against the Dodgers. Final game of the 6-game road trip that has not gone well for the Angels at all. 0-5 on this road trip, trying to avoid getting swept here as well. Juan Nicasio takes over on the mound. 28-year-old Dominican comes in to pitch for the 35th time this year. 1-3 and a 3.32 earned run average.
Yeah, Nicasio has a power fastball, 93 to 97 slider, occasional changeup, and a lot of fastballs so far. Just according to Fangraphs, as far as pitches thrown, 75% of his pitches are fastballs.
Former starters, matter of fact, got 31 starts for the Rockies back in 2013, went 9-9 that year, I should say. Dodgers picking him up in an off-season deal with Colorado, sending a minor league player in return. Ibar, Gillespie, and Idetta are the scheduled 3 batters. And then you've got the pitcher spot. Eric 0 for 2, grounded out to second in the second inning. He drove one out toward right center field. His last at-bat was tracked down by Peterson. His first one is down low, and it gets away from Grandal for ball 1. Latos, by the way, in his Dodgers debut, 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk.
Yeah, pretty solid performance for Latos. His first appearance. Dodgers.
Fouled back, and it's 1-2. Picked up his first career save on May 15th against his former teammates. He's been able to stretch down for multiple innings, having gone 2 or more 7 times this year for Don Mattingly. Ground ball toward the hole. Rollins not going to get there for the 2nd straight inning. Third straight inning, I should say. It's a leadoff hit for the Angels.
That was a solid piece of hitting. And speaking of that, now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Last time up, Gillespie, very similar swing we just saw from Eric Ibar, letting that baseball travel. Level swing, head still, looking to hit the ball the other way on a fastball out over the plate. Perfect technique. Baseball is traveling deep in the zone and just drops the hands of and barrels up on that baseball going the other way. What a good swing from Gillespie. What a solid swing from Eric Ibar also in this inning.
Native of Omaha, Nebraska, product of Wichita State University. 1 for 2 today. Seven for 21 now as an Angel. Designated for assignment by the White Sox. The Angels working out a deal for him. Out of the heels of David Freese going on the disabled list. Good lead for Ibar at first. Connor looks at a strike.
Well, the Dodgers sensing that Mike Scioscia may put on a hit and run, especially with Ibar's speed. The way Gillespie has shown he can handle the bat.
Oh, with 2. Ibar's yet to show any indication of any movement. 7 stolen bases on the season, having been caught 4 times. Angels made a stolen base attempt, a successful one in the 3rd inning. Went through a throwing error by Grandal that advanced Giavatello to 3rd, but the Angels could not bring Johnny home. Last inning was a leadoff double and only got 1 run out of it. One and 2. It's not as if Nicasio is the quickest guy to the plate.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Not only a pretty high leg kick, but a long throwing motion. He has allowed 6 stolen bases in 6 attempts so far this year. So you can get a good jump against him.
And you've got to do it, especially with the bottom part of this order coming up now. Doesn't go. Gillespie pulls one down the line. Fair ball. Gonzalez touches the base to tag at second in time. Mike Scioscia will take a look at it. Remember, after touching the bag at first, it becomes a tag play at second. Okay, now they're saying safe at second. Alfonso Marquez wasn't sure if Gonzalez had touched the base first.
And there's no doubt that it looked like Eric got his foot on the base before the tag was applied. And right down the line, it's played by the Gold Glover. And Adrian Gonzalez quickly makes a throw to second. And that foot's on the base for sure.
As soon as Gonzalez touches the bag and negates the force out at second, it becomes a tag play. No argument from either manager, although it looks like Dodgers are taking a look at it. We'll see if Rollins did apply the tag.
Catcher, Chris Iannetta.
No argument from the Dodgers. So tying run now at second for Chris Iannetta. C.J. Cron's come out to the on-deck circle. Iannetta 0 for 2 with 2 fly ball outs. Good lead for Ibar at second. Nicasio holding that baseball a long time. He wanted appeal, and he didn't go.
We can see how long it takes for him to deliver the baseball, though. Urk can time it right. Howie's trying to keep him close at second base. Nicasio keeps looking back to see if maybe Howie Kendrick will put a play on as far as a pickoff.
Idenna rolls one to third. Ibar caught on a run down here. He's called out of the baseline, 2 outs. Not sure where Eric was going. He's already in scoring position. Idenna reaches on the fielder's choice.
And the thing about that play, too, because you're taking away the speed of Eric Ibar, now you have Chris Iannetta at first base. The play's right in front of him. He anticipated Callaspo throwing across the diamond. You can still go to third when he makes the throw across the diamond.
But you actually got to wait till the release of the baseball.
You can't take that chance because you're in scoring position.
C.J. Cron will bat here. Gets Nicasio. Rick Honeycutt coming out, making a quick walk to the mound. 2 outs. Angels down 2-1.
This is more of a scouting report on C.J. Cron, but most times you go through that anyhow, those scenarios before the game.
Cron's batting average is .254. 6 home runs, 19 RBIs. 0 for 7 as a pinch hitter this year. Was announced as a pinch hitter last night, but not getting a plate appearance. So those last 9 games, however, as good as the numbers have been for Cron in the month of July early, which is 3 for his last 27.
I wonder if he doesn't start off C.J. Cron with a slider first pitch.
Takes down low. Let it fly, and he foul tips it into the mid, even accounted 1-1.
He had a pitch to do some damage. Was only in half of the plate.
One or two.
That's a mistake slider that backed up on him. Randall setting up away for a slider. Just backed up right inner half of the plate.
It's a happy zone for a right-handed batter, especially a power guy. He almost chases that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Real close. He slided a little better. Just miss it.
It's jammed and pops it up. Kendrick drifting out. Inning over. Stretch time here at Dodger Stadium. The Angels down 2-1. wrapping up this 3-game set this afternoon, and tomorrow back at home. 2 night games and a 12:35 start on Wednesday against the Cleveland Indians. Off day on Thursday, and then the Orioles in town for 3. I believe that's a 7:05, 6:05, 12:35 starts over the weekend, and it's back out on the road. 3 against the White Sox and 4 at Kansas City. Doesn't get any easier. You look at even when they come back home, White Sox for 4, and then the Blue Jays in town.
The way they're swinging the bats, the additions they've made. The White Sox have been playing very good himself. A game or 2 under 500.
Fernando Salas takes over here. The Angels down 2-1. Been a tough couple of outings for Salas. Giving up home runs in the last 2 appearances for him. Takes over for Alvarez, who went 2 innings. Allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 3. Salas, a third reliever. Following, of course, Corey Rasmus, a reliever himself, getting a spot start today. He went 3 innings. That's lined back off the glove of Salas. He'll pick it up. Goes at the first. Got him.
Well, under control, relaying that baseball after it knocked his glove off. It's a great play by Fernando Salas.
Center fielder.
Talk about a line drive shot right back up the middle. Belt high fastball. Reaches up. Baseball knocks his glove right off his hand, but then reacts very, very well. Doesn't panic. Retrieves the baseball and throws Callaspo out of first base. Solid play by Fernando.
I like that little hesitation right there where he picks up the baseball. Doesn't just pick it up, spins around, and throws automatically. There's a hesitation to find the target.
Exactly.
And then throws a
A lot
strike.
of times you'll get it thrown and you're nowhere near where the base is at.
Right.
Again, did not panic whatsoever. That's a heck of a play.
A lot of that is the internal clock for a pitcher. You don't see the base runner running, but you're thinking in your mind, because everything is happening so quickly, that ball got on you, that you've got to be that much quicker to get the ball to the bag.
Especially when the ball's hit that hard, you have some time. And he did a nice job as far as keeping himself under control.
2 balls, no strikes on Peterson. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Top of the 8th inning will bring the top of the order for the Angels. Salas charged with a very big half inning here. Keep this a 1-run deficit. 3-1. Peterson taking the whole way. Alex Guerrero's come out to the on deck circle. That's the pitcher spot. Johnson getting ready. This one lifted down the left field line. Long run for Murphy. Camping underneath it, makes the catch. 2 down. Now you can follow the Angels all season long with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment, at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, statcasts, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet today.
Good job by Murphy tracking that one down. He had to go a long way to retrieve that baseball.
2 outs and nobody on. Guerrero coming up.
Seen from Guerrero even in spring training, even through this series, he likes the ball in the inner half and down, and aggressive early in the count.
1 for 6 in this series. The 1 and 2-run home run that he hit of Hector Santiago the 4th inning of Friday night's game. Cuts to that high fastball. Guerrero, 27 years of age, native of Cuba. International free agent in October 13, signed by the Dodgers. That hit. Tried to deliver the fastball on the inside part of the play. It's a 2-out hit by pitch.
Make sure he didn't miss over the plate. He's done that a couple times of late. Going inside.
Well, mission accomplished if you're trying to miss the inside part of the plate.
Yeah, if you're going inside and you're going to throw a 2-seam fastball, you have to make sure you stay on top of it. So if you make that mistake, it's going to hit the batter, not run out over the plate.
There's that one in that area too that knocked the wind out of you. So Guerrero at first. Here's Jimmy Rollins, a leadoff man. A couple of hits today. 2 for 3. Takes outside. Rollins lifts one out to shallow center. Playable for Trout. We head to the 8th. Givatella, Calhoun, and Trout coming up with the Angels down 1.
Top of the order coming up for the Halos. I'm Patrick O'Neill. I'm not a weatherman. I can't tell you. It is hot and humid down here on the field. Stick around after this game. I can't guarantee what's going to happen with the result of this game, but I can guarantee we'll be here with Jose Mota breaking everything down. If the Halos come back and win, it will be an optimistic postgame. I don't want to think about the alternative. Now, Mike Soja had a difficult decision yesterday. He didn't start Cole Calhoun, and I was talking to Mike about that, and he said, you know, Cole is a gamer. He said he was like a little kid, all excited to play a baseball game, and then you pull the rug out from under him. That's just the type of player he is. But these are the dog days of summer here, Victor and Mark, and you got to find a day for some of these full-time players at some point, but it's tough to do. These are meaningful games.
It's tough to do, especially the way things have gone for the Angels. And Cole sat yesterday after a 3-hit game on Friday, and back in the lineup today. The Angels trying to avoid their 6th consecutive loss. Jim Johnson takes over on the mound. A couple of new outfielders. Puig is in right. Ethier moves to left. Johnson have a good season, resurgent season with the Braves this year. Delivers a strike on Givatella. 2-3. 2.25 ERA in 49 games this year. 9 saves for Atlanta. First appearance with the Dodgers. We've seen him get loose a couple of times in this series already, but first game action for him. 0-2.
He's got a good power fastball, sinking fastball. He's around 93, 97 range. Curveball, changeup, occasional cutter.
Went from back-to-back 50 save seasons with the Orioles, 2012, 2013. To losing the Sank on his sinker. It just went away from him.
Yeah, we saw so much of that lateral movement on his fastball as compared to the sink action.
Finished the season last year with the Tigers at the start of the season with the A's. Giavotella goes down looking on the breaking ball, 1 down.
Upper part of the strike zone. Gets the call on this pitch. Backed up on him. Barely touching that upper part of the strike zone according to our Fox tracks.
Calhoun 1 for 2 with a walk, a fly ball to right, and a double down the left field line leading off the 6th inning. 18th of the year. Scored the only run for the Angels today. Cole drives one out to left center field. Chasing Peterson back at the wall. That is gone. Big fly for Cole Calhoun. Ties this game up at 2.
When you talk about a great swing on letting that baseball travel, and that's exactly what Cole Calhoun did on that swing. Going the other way. His 14th home run. 57th RBI for Cole Calhoun, who swung the bat exceptionally well in this series against the Dodgers. Once again, one of those sinking fastballs. It doesn't sink. It has lateral movement out over to the barrel of the bat. And carries out for a game-tying home run.
Cole now 3 for 5 in his career against Johnson. Here's Trout with 1 out, nobody on. He takes low. Mike 1 for 8 in his career against Johnson. Hitless today. Cole has just picked up his 14th home run, 57th RBI. One ball, 1 strike. One and 2. Pujols on deck. Matt Latos, no decision in his Dodgers debut. 1 run, 6 innings, 4 hits. Nicasio went a scoreless 7th. Johnson giving up the home run to Calhoun. This one pulled foul. He's had it down and in.
Trout looking for something down in the strike zone. That's his happy zone where he can drive a ball a long way.
Dribbling foul.
What a perfect swing from Cole. Hard fastball with lateral movement away, but that perfect swing path for Cole to hit that one out to left center field.
Two down low, full count.
Real close to the strike zone.
Payoff on the way. And Trout went around the breaking pitch. 2 outs.
Trouty doesn't chase many breaking balls that far off the zone too often, but that pitch before, because it was so close to the strike zone, then we had to protect and not hold off on that swing.
Pujols 1 for 3 with a single in the fourth. RBI ground out his last time up. Albert 2 for 3 in his career against Johnson with a home run and 2 RBIs. And the man on deck, David Murphy, 5 for 7 in his career against Johnson. 1-0. Down low, 2 balls, no strikes. 3 infielders on the left side with Pujols up. Both teams with 6 hits, both teams with 2 runs. Calhoun tying it up here in the 8th.
Borderline pitch called a strike against Pujols.
Albert pulls this one to short. Rollins has it. Third out of the inning, but Cole Calhoun with his 14th of the year ties this game up at 2.
What a swing it was by Cole. Driving the ball the other way. The good power to left center field ties it up at 2 with that swing from Cole.
Strongest fan quoted a hashtag West Data Strong Fan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast. And it is brought to you by T-Mobile. Bottom of the 8th inning, a 2-2 tie. Joe Smith summoned from the Angels bullpen, taking over for Fernando Salas with 1 inning, all zeros for Salas, although he did hit Guerrero. Joe pitching in his 45th game, 4.3 mark, a 3 ERA. He gets a chance to face 2, 3, and 4 Kendrick Gonzalez and Ethier for the Dodgers.
Well, we were talking about this exact scenario in the pregame show about getting the ball to Joe Smith in a close game, tie ball game here in the 8th, and then you also have Houston Street available in a tight game here.
Houston's only worked once in the last week as that first pitch was out of the glove of Chris Inetta, and that was a strike.
And a lot of the strike zone.
So 1-0 count. Kendrick 2 for 3 with a double and a 2-run home run. One ball, 1 strike.
Nice play down the line.
1-2.
Good spot on that with a two-seam fastball from Joe Smith. And Howie Kendrick runs it in off the plate.
Ground ball to second. Giavatello late getting to it. There's the first down. Looks like Johnny took a stutter step to his left.
First baseman, number 23, Adrian.
We'll bring up Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez steps up and the base is clear. He's 0 for 2. A pop up, a strikeout, and a walk. Slider back door in for a strike.
What great location that pitch. Gonzalez looking back, questioning if that caught the outside part of the plate.
One and two. Handles in the ninth have Murphy, Ibar, and Gillespie do up. J.P. Howe, the lefty, getting ready for the Dodgers. This one lifted on the shallow left field side. Ibar out. 2 outs. Angels, because of the bullpen game today, only have 2 position players left. Carlos Perez and Taylor Featherston.
You're forced to pinch hit for the pitcher a number of times during the course of the game.
Ethier takes outside. Ethier getting to start in right, now in left. There's 0 for 3. A ground down, a couple of strikeouts.
And Ethier will be hacking here 3-0.
Thought about it, takes a strike, and it's 3-1. Came in today batting .325 against the Angels with 5 home runs and 25 runs batted in. Have kept him hitless so far. And he drives one out towards center field. Trout racing back. He's at the wall. The Dodgers have retaken the lead. 3-2 Dodgers. Ethier with his 11th home run of the season.
You mentioned those numbers. He's had some big at-bats against the Angels. Now with a dead center field. This fastball just got too much of the plate, about thigh high. Tried to run that one away, but it stayed true, stayed middle. And Ethier made him pay for it.
Second home run hit by the Dodgers today. Kendrick had the one in the third, a 2-run shot, and Jasmani Grandal steps in and takes ball 1. He's 1 for 3 with a single. I misspoke too. Shane Victorino is available as well. He come out to the on-deck circle, but never announced earlier in this game. And Howell keeps loosening the pen. A lot of pitches for Kenley Jansen the last two games. 3-0. Back-to-back batters where Joe's fallen behind. And there's a walk. Yasiel Puig coming to the plate for the first time. Took over defensively in right field at the top of the inning. 250 hitter this year with 7 home runs and 26 runs batted in. Puig looks at a strike. He pulls one down the line, but foul. Hooks it into the seats.
Gets pretty close right down the heart of the plate.
You would think that he is very susceptible to that frisbee slider, a real slow one that starts middle half of the plate and ends up in the left-handed batter's box.
Exactly where you get to throw that towards that left-handed batter's box. Make him fish for that pitch out of the zone.
Went with a fastball instead.
Hopefully they won the fastball inside. That means he didn't really necessarily want to throw that fastball inside. Now you have to set up, try to slide her away.
Way outside. Nice job by Ainetta. That was almost beyond the left-handed batter's box.
Joe muscled up a little bit higher arm angle on that slider. Nice job by Ainetta. Prevent Grandal from advancing in the scoring position.
Very short lead for Grandal at first base. Puig bounces this one toward the middle, Ibar to his left. The feed Giavatello, they force out Grandal, but Ethier's home run puts the Dodgers back on top. We head to the ninth. The Angels trail at 3-2. Francisco. See Andre Ethier now in left field, homering off Joe Smith. Fell behind 3-0, went to a 3-run count, and he did not miss it. Second home run hit by the Dodgers today. All 3 runs courtesy of the long ball. That is part of their MO this year. As J.P. Howe is on in relief. Murphy, Ibar, and Gillespie due up here. Although Shane Victorino has grabbed the bat, it looks like he's come out to the on-deck circle. Howe pitching in his 41st game, 4-1 record of .89 earned run average with 1 save.
Yeah, his fastball 85 to 89, very good curveball and occasional changeup.
Number 18, Shane Victorino.
Victorino will indeed lead off here against David Murphy. Murphy finishes the afternoon going 0 for 3. Houston won earlier today, defeating the Diamondbacks 4-1. Texas defeating the Giants. Victorino looks at a strike. Shane, a .231 hitter on the season. Just 36 games this year. He's 1 for 10 as an Angel. The one was a bunt base hit back in Houston. One to 1. Howell a one-time closer for the Rays. That's 17 saves for the Rays. Not his 3rd season with the Dodgers. One. Taps it foul. And it's 1-2.
He's trying to get on base here. Especially now behind the count, put in play. Well, in this road trip, facing 2 teams that rely so much on the long ball, and that's hurt the Angels in this 6-game road trip. First in Houston, now here at Dodger Stadium.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Eric Ibar on deck. Then it's Connor Gillespie. Then you have the pitcher spot. Pardon me. Then you have Chris Iannetta before the pitcher spot if you get that far. Two, back up the middle. It's a leadoff single.
Solid swing from Victorino. The up the middle approach. Hit it hard.
Number 2, Eric
Leadoff single for the Halos here now. And how it looked like a changeup. Right back up the middle. Good swing.
Ibar 1 for 3 with a base hit in the 7th.
You would think this spot, square around the bump, but not the way Eric Ibar has swung the bat.
Especially from the right side this year. Callaspo playing in over at 3rd base. Time was called at the plate.
And that was by design, hold the baseball to see if Eric would square around the bunt. Callaspo looking in to the bench for the Dodgers to see if indeed to think in terms of a potential bunt.
Now bunting, bouncer back to the mound. Howell, low throw to Rollins, gets rid of it, but Ibar is able to leg it out. Victorino forced out for the first out here in the 9th.
It looked like he had a real good chance of being a double play, but Howell kind of stumbling a low throw to Rollins at second base. Right back out, don't feel his position well, but then the low throw, and he stumbled allow Victorino to force a little bit different type of throw to first base, but stumble on the follow through. And because of that, Rollins is trying to make the play alone at second base. Tried to turn it, but no way, you're going to get Ibar.
Dodgers have Pedro Baez getting ready in their bullpen, the righty. Connor Gillespie this afternoon, 1 for 3. He singled in the 5th. You try to force the issue here with Eric Ibar at first base. Good lead for Ibar at first.
Now with no pickoffs this year and has allowed 6 stolen bases in 6 attempts. It might be worth a shot going on first movement.
Check in on Eric.
Certainly wasn't his A move over to first base.
Three-2 Dodgers here in the 9th with 1 out, 1 on. Big long leg kick there by Howell.
And one thing he did do, he brought his leg behind the pitching rubber. That means he has to go home. At that point, if you're reading that, if you're Eric, you get a good jump against him. And no pickoff so far this year for Howell.
Eric again off to a good sized lead at first. He thought about going. Gillespie may have swung at ball 2.
And again, he crossed that pitching rubber, so he has to go home. As soon as he does that, brings that foot behind the rubber, he's got to go home. And Eric thought about going. He was trying to time him right. See, when left-handed pitchers have that good move, they have their foot real close to the pitching rubber, so you don't know if he's going home or throwing the first. But if you cross back behind that pitching rubber, you have to go home.
Ethier a little deeper in left field. Peterson now coming in at center. How much do you attribute the 6 stolen bases to the fact that Howell is more of an off-speed pitcher? So once you're set, you've got that grip ready to go.
Yeah. And as he's fairly slow to the plate also because of that leg kick. But he does throw a lot of off-speed pitch. Doesn't have an overpowering fastball, but it's all predicated going on that first move.
A lot of time being spent here. Gillespie backing out this time. Cole Calhoun tied it up in the 8th. With his 14th home run of the season. Andre Ethier putting the Dodgers back on top in the bottom of the inning. 2-out home run to center. Two balls and a strike. Ibar now just seems to be messing with Howell.
That's perfect.
Stutter step.
Taking the concentration away from the hitter.
Two-one count. That is on deck.
Chase would be ball 3.
Chased a couple of them that were borderline at best. And it's 2-2. Late game situation. He's trying to keep the ball in the ballpark, so he's going to pitch to the big side of the yard.
It's going to be away, whether it's a fastball or a breaking ball.
2-2. Gillespie chases. The throw go down to second. Ibar is able to get the stolen base, but Connor Gillespie, an at-bat which he'd like to forget. It's the second out. Never really swung at a strike, but the Angels do have that tying run in scoring position for Chris Iannetta.
Catcher number 17.
Good read
Chris
by
Iannetta.
Eric, and this breaking ball in the dirt. Sees that ball in the dirt. You get that far away from Grandal, but a good read by Eric out in the scoring position.
Don Mattingly's coming out. Looks like potential double switch here. Scott Van Slyke making his way out, and it's Puig that's coming in. So Van Slyke will go on the number 9 spot. And Baez coming on in relief. Pitching change here in the 9th. The Angels with a tying run and scoring position down 3-2. In a 3-2 game, Dodgers on top with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Baez, the fireballer, has thrown the ball well this year for the Dodgers in 28 games. 3-2 record, a 2.86 ERA.
Yeah, fastball's 95 to 99. Has a slider, a good sharp slider, and occasional changeup. But if you're Iannetta, you're just looking for a fastball. Try to get a fastball belt high and do some damage to it.
Iannetta today 0 for 3, reached on the fielder's choice in his last plate appearance. The tying run at Eric Ibar at second base. The outfield in. Van Slyke, the new right fielder. Kendrick shading Iannetta toward the middle. The first one's driven out to center. Peterson giving chase. Still racing back. That's over his head. Ibar comes in to score. Iannetta on his way to second, and we are tied up at 3.
Well, he got that belt high fastball, and he absolutely tattooed it. This didn't get enough height, or that ball's out of the ballpark. What a swing from Chris. Well, these teams going back and forth in this game. And Baez tried to challenge Iannetta with a fastball. He was looking fastball where you have to against Baez, and he crushed that ball to center field.
Taylor Featherston will pinch hit here. Carlos Perez was in the on-deck circle and gets pulled back.
Iannetta excited about that swing. What a shot he hit.
Taylor Featherston.
So now the Angels are down to one position player in Perez. That run gets charged to J.P. Howell.
Important for Iannetta to get a good secondary lead here, and he's got a pretty good one.
In the dirt, overthrown fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Big lead for Chris Iannetta at second. 1-1.
As far as outfield arm strength, Peterson with 5 outfield assists. Ethier with 6. Van Slyke also with 6.
Featherston, you see his overall numbers on the year. The Angels Rule 5 selection. He's 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter.
You can get that base hit in the right field like we saw a walk-off at home for Featherston.
That was against Chad Qualls and the Astros. A 3-3 tie here in the ninth. Here's Alwood foul. Ibar getting into scoring position on the stolen base. On the strikeout of Gillespie, huge.
Just a great read he had in that baseball in the dirt.
Although considering where Peterson was playing, although maybe playing a little deeper if Ibar stays at first, Eric's going to try to score anyway wherever he's at.
Man, that baseball was hit so hard by Iannetta.
1-2 on the way. Featherston strikes out swinging. The Angels leave the go-ahead run in scoring position. We will head to the bottom of the ninth. It's a 3-3 tie. Outs in the ninth inning, knocks this game up at 3 as we begin the bottom of the ninth.
Boy, what a swing Iannetta had there to be able to drive home Eric Ibar, but Peterson playing really shallow in center field. That ball was crushed. One hops the wall, easily scoring. Ibar as Iannetta slides in with the tying double.
Leading off the Dodgers after the ninth inning, third baseman number 5.
Trevor Gott takes over on the mound here in the bottom of the ninth. Joe Smith went 1 inning, gave up the home run to Ethier. So Gott will face the bottom third of the order. It's Callaspo, Peterson, and Van Slyke. Remember that pitcher spot is now batting 6th.
Let's go, Dodgers!
Alberto Callaspo 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. And then that comeback that knocked the glove off of Salas, but Fernando threw him out. Gott pitching in his 21st game. Pitched last night, went 1 inning. That one is just off the plate for ball 1. Trevor threw a total of 10 pitches last night. 1-1. Two-one count. Halos with 8 hits. The Dodgers with 7. For the third straight game, they trying to piece something together late in the game today. They finally did so. Tied things up twice. 8th inning home run by Calhoun. The double by Chris in the 9th.
Some really good swings for the Angels in the last couple of innings. Not trying to pull the baseball, use the middle of the field, going the other way.
Finally, the bottom part of the order coming through. Full count. Trevor needing a shutdown inning here. The Angels have the top of their order coming up in the 10th. Giavatelli, Calhoun, and Trout. Nobody listening for the Dodgers, so they figured it'd be Baez for the 10th inning. Should we get there? The dribbler foul. Be careful on that inside part of the play with Callaspo.
Especially when it's up. Belt high, letter high. He's pretty quick on that one.
He's got some sneaky pop. We've seen it. Jack Peterson on deck. Another payoff pitch on the way. And that's lifted out the left. Victorino puts it away.
The old F7.
Center fielder number 31, Jack Peterson.
Peterson 0 for 3 games. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to left himself. One-0 count. 3 infielders on the right side with Peterson up. Pretty good looking pitch. 2-0.
Trying to touch the lower part of the strike zone. Looked like Trevor got one at that one. .96-mile-an-hour fastball from Gott.
Two-one. Late on that fastball. 2-2.
And Ivar moving over now to his close to his normal shortstop position with a 2-2 count.
Scott Van Slyke on deck. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 got him. That was Bayou.
98-mile-an-hour fastball. Wow. That's some movement on it also.
Right fielder number 33, Scott Van Slyke.
Ran that, challenged him. That fastball was Bayou.
Van Slyke up for his first plate appearance. 256 hitter, 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Came in as part of the double switch. Count evened up. One. 2 balls and a strike. Baez back out for the Dodgers in the 10th. Assuming Trevor Gott finished things off here tonight. 2-1. It's fouled back. Ground ball towards short. Ibar can't get it. A 2-out single. Eric Shady bent like a little bit toward the hole there on the left side.
It looked like a slider kind of sped up his bat. I think that Trevor's trying to work on is not slowing down his delivery when he throws a slider. A knuckle curve he throws, and he's able to stay back on it long enough. Initially going forward, but kept his hands back, and then gets that ground ball by Eric Ibar. It's all about slowing down his delivery enough to tip something off different than his fastball.
Rollins, a 2-hit game, 2 for 4. Looks for the strike. A couple of singles and a run scored for the Dodgers shortstop. Oh, 1 down and in. Cole Calhoun very deep in right field. Same with Trout at center. Victorino at normal depth and left. Gillespie toward the line at third. This one's lifted in the air. Down the left field line. Gillespie giving chase. Into the seat she goes. 1-2.
And the reason why you see the outfield defense a little different for the Angels compared to what we saw for the Dodgers last inning, because Van Slyke's at first as compared to Eric Ibar at second. You take away that little flare in front of you. That's why Peterson was playing more shallow in center. That wasn't the wrong thing for him to do, because you're thinking maybe a flare ties the game up. If it's squared up, you tip your hat to the hitter, and that's exactly what was the case for Iannetta.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Howie Kendrick on deck. 2 quick outs for a Gott. Fly ball to left by Callaspo. Strikeout of Peterson. Van Slyke with a 2-out single. Big pitch here. Don't want to go to a 3-2 count. Give Van Slyke a head start from first. Full count. Albert staying near the bag.
That's for the purpose of trying to keep Van Slyke a little bit closer. And it looks like he's looking in. Now he's going to move away.
Yeah. Albert, as a matter of fact, looking back to the dugout saying, stay here. You want to keep him as close to the bag as possible. Even with a lefty up. 3-2. This one out to left field. Victorino is there. Free baseball here at Dodger Stadium as we head to the 10th. Top of the order coming up for the Angels in a 3-3 tie.
early with a 2-run home run, center field. And then Cole crushes the ball, ties the game up to left center field. Andre Ethier comes right back, dead center field home run, giving the Dodgers a 3-2 lead into the ninth. But with 2 outs, man on second, Eric Ibar, Chris Iannetta doubles to the wall, scoring Eric Ibar to tie the game up at 3 as we are into now to the 10th inning.
Baez does indeed stay into the ball game. Giavotella, Calhoun, and Trout due up for the Angels here. Johnny a 1-for-4 game. Single back in the third. He shoots one out to center field. It'll hang up for Peterson. 1 out.
Number 56.
Playing a shallow center field right there in position to catch that line drive right at him.
Calhoun with a couple of hits, a double and a home run. He's also drawn a walk. He now hearing some boo birds here.
Means you're having a good series, which he has. 5 for 7. That's always a good thing when you get booed on the road.
Yeah. J.P. Howell charged with a run in 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit, 1 strikeout for him. Blown save. Baez was looking for his first career save. Now it's outside, evens it counted. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Staying away against Cole. Very similar to the pitch he hit out to left center field. A pitch away.
2 balls, 1 strike. Good pass at that baseball too. Go to left center for his 14th of the year, 57th RBI.
2 very good swings in a row for Cole, using the whole field. Double and a home run.
Mike Trout on deck. Houston 1, Texas 1. Angels needing a victory to stay 3 back of the Astros. Houston will take on the Rangers beginning tomorrow night in Arlington. 2-1 pitch. Down and in, 3 balls and a strike.
Well, yes, there's a lot of fastballs anyhow. This is a perfect fastball count. You look in the zone if you're Cole to do some damage.
Drew Rosinski, Houston Street, getting ready. Three-1. He skies one to left. Ethier is there. 2 down.
Number 27, Mike Trout.
Philly Trout coming to the play with the bases cleared. A 3-3 game here, the 10th.
He's been quiet so far.
In the 3-hit game Friday night. Reached once yesterday on a fielder's choice. Has not been on board today. 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts, a fly to right, and a ground ball to second. And we'll take low.
That was a power swing trying to leave the building.
Come back inside. Here's the 1-1. That almost got him. 2-1 count. Baez can certainly rush it up there.
And if Trout can just square up that hard fastball, that baseball can go a long, long way.
Two one, that's out to right. Van Slyke is there. A 1-2-3 inning for Baez. We head to the bottom of the 10th inning. Still tied at 3. Taylor for Trevor Gott. And he gets charged with pitching to 2, 3, and 4 for the Dodgers. Kendrick, Gonzalez, and Ethier. Drew called up before Friday's game. Third stint with the Angels this year. He made the opening day roster. Pitching 2 outings in April. He's been up and down since then. 17 games, all starts with AAA Salt Lake, 5-5, and a 5.03 ERA.
He's got a good fastball. He can rush it up there with good sink action also. 90 to 94 range. Slider, curve, changeup.
First outing of the big league since April 14th. That was at Texas. Howie Kendrick, Adrian Gonzalez, and Andre Ethier here at the bottom of the 10th for the Dodgers. Howie 2 for 4 with a double, a 2-run home run, a double play ball, and a ground out. He went around. He did. Tom Hallion rings it up. 0-2.
No question even after that pitch. This angle, you'll be able to see it. Crossing the plate. No doubt.
And a swing and a miss. Down goes Kendrick for the first out.
Great pitch.
Number 23,
once again.
Adrian Gonzalez.
Split action on that one.
Gonzalez 0 for 3 with a walk today. Two balls, no strikes. Since 26 years of age. Went to the Ohio State University, non-drafted free agent. Pitched an independent ball. signed on with the Angels in 2013.
Threw the ball exceptionally well in spring training, so I made the roster coming out of spring training. Very good stuff.
Three and one. Andre Ethier on deck. Dallas takes low, and it's ball 4. So the winning run now at first base. Ethier homered in the 8th off Joe Smith coming up.
Originally, we thought Brzezinski may be starting this game. Where Rasmus did a nice job going 3 innings.
Ramos for 1, Alvarez for 2, Salas, Smith, and Gott for 1, and now Rucinski here in the 10th. The epitome of a bullpen game. Ethier takes high.
Pretty good pitch, really upper part of the strike zone, did not get the call.
Home run for Ethier, his 11th of the year. 1-1. Somebody barking from the Dodgers dugout. Quinn Walcott to put a stop to it. And that is hit out to right field. Cole Calhoun chasing it down. No, it's into the bullpen. A walk-off home run for Andre Ethier, his 2nd of the ball game, and the Dodgers win it 5-3.
And Ethier continues to haunt the Angels. Great swings, back-to-back home runs for Ethier in his at-bats. 7 now in his career versus the Angels.
The Angels get swept by the Dodgers and go home tomorrow to start a homestand, having been swept by the Astros, and now the Dodgers, their longest losing streak of the season. 5-3, the Dodgers win it. Stick around, Angels Live postgame is coming up next.